To everyone at the jail, could you please make sure you're on mute? Thank you. All right, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy New Year. It's a year for new beginnings, for everyone to have a great day. So today is Monday. Let's keep it a happy Monday. I know people are probably disappointed that the holiday season has slowly moved away from us, but the joy you felt during the holiday seasons, let's just try to keep that. These are the rules of the 187 District Court. You are in a courtroom. You need to behave as though you're in courtroom. If anyone does not behave as though they're in the courtroom, your Zoom privileges are going to be revoked and you will be required to appear in the courtroom. So what does that mean? To all the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. You are not allowed to go on internet. If you use the chat box or if you go on the internet, you're going to be sent back to your cell. What does that mean? That means we're probably going to see you in maybe 90 days because, as you know, there's a shortage. So let's not do that. To everyone who's at your home, you're not allowed to be cooking breakfast, eating breakfast, changing diapers, doing laundry. If you're at your job, you need to let your employer know that you need to take a break. So you're going to be taking your lunch break early. If anyone who is on bond behaves inappropriately on this Zoom, what's going to end up happening is your Monday is going to turn into a bad Monday because you're going to be required to appear in person in court. Courtroom is located downtown at 300 De La Rosa. You're going to have to take a bus. If you take a bus, from what I remember when I was riding the bus, and people tell me it's still true today, they don't give change. Number two, you're either going to have to take a Lyft or Uber. Number three, if you drive down here, what you're going to find is a lot of one-ways. You're going to find a lot of construction. And if you're lucky enough to find a parking space, you are going to find that the cost of parking has increased. To all the attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement, no matter how small you think that plea bargain agreement is, you need to put it in the chat box to the court coordinator. She is listed on the screen as Ferguson coordinator. Do not text her, chat her, email her, asking her for continuances. The only person who can give you a continuance is me. To all the attorneys, if you have the ability, it would move things along quicker if you will add to your name the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. I'm going to open the breakout rooms. When I open breakout rooms, it is going to invite everyone to go to a breakout room. I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To all the defendants, you're going to hear your attorney's name today. Your name will not be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, please do not raise your hand asking where your attorney is or my attorney's name was not called. Your attorney's probably zooming in another courtroom, had to appear in person in another courtroom. But trust me, as soon as possible, we will get your attorney here. Attorneys, I'm going to call your name. This is the order in which you'll appear. If you see that your name is low on the list, you are more than welcome to Zoom to another courtroom or go to another courtroom. However, if your name is called while you're Zooming in another courtroom, what will end up happening is you will be placed at the end of the list. This is the order in which attorneys will appear: Alfredo Ortiz, Barry Hitchens, Austin Hagee, Charles Gold, Demetrio Duarte, Greg Demarie, Ignacio Beretta, James Toshi, Javier Padilla, John Winter, Paul Smith, Kelly Piddle, Roosevelt, Robert Maurer, Andrew Del Cueto, James DeWiggins, George Sherman, Frankie Sandoval, and Andres Campion. Is there any attorney's name that is on this screen that I have missed?
I am, Your Honor. Eric Hernandez, family violence for Steve Willis Jr.
Okay, Eric Hernandez. Anyone else?
David McLean for Joshawn Steen this morning. We were requested to come. My client's supposed to be in there in person.
All right, David McLean. Anyone else?
Juan Carlos Hernandez for Jorge Alanis.
All right, actually, Juan Carlos, you're actually after Kelly Piddle. I didn't know if that was actually you or if it was someone else. So you actually come after Kelly Piddle. Anyone else?
Judge Lorraine
Ephraim.
for Joe Dela Cruz on a motion to withdraw.
All right, and Jorge Canales.
Yes, we're Kendall Coleman family.
Anyone else?
Arnulfo Ortiz for Trevor Green.
Arnulfo Ortiz. And the new year would not be a new year without Nathaniel Navy.
That's right, Judge.
All right, anyone else? All
Judge,
right.
I don't know if you said my name, John Winter for
Yes, I
Dennis
did.
Trejo. Okay, thank you.
All right. And John Winter, be sure to add that to your Zoom name if you can. Anyone else? Okay. Alfredo Ortiz. Who do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
Yeah, I have Damian Isaiah Mermella is a unauthorized use of motor vehicle.
How do you spell the last name?
MERMELLA.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. A prosecutor will meet you there. And to everyone on the Zoom screen, the prosecutors are co-hosts. They have the ability to move throughout the breakout room. So consider those breakout rooms as when you go to the doctor's office. When you go to the doctor's office and you're on time and they call you to the back, you think you're seeing the doctor right away. Nope, they're putting you in one of those small rooms to check your weight and your blood pressure. So you have to make sure that you're calm in those breakout rooms so your blood pressure won't be high. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Your Honor, my client is present on the screen name is Rose Ortiz.
All right, thank you very much.
Mhm.
All right, Barry Hitchens.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Daniel Lyle Van Duzer, and he is present on the screen.
How do you spell Van Duzer?
VAN, and sometimes you skip a space, then DOOZER.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division, and I've got a concern. I represent him in a drug case, but then on this notice of a setting, I got notice of another indicted case that I don't have an appointment for. That's 2021 CR 8688B as in boy or Baker. I tried to get on it on e-discovery.
Okay, what we'll do is I'll send you to breakout room number 4, and Ms. Ferguson will take care of that.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Austin Hagee.
I'm here, Your Honor. I'm here to confer with family violence for Eric De La Riva.
All right, and who is here with you? Are you by yourself?
I believe my client should be on here somewhere.
Okay, no, there are 2 attorneys on here who are working together. I thought you were one of those attorneys. I'll send you to number 5.
Okay, thank you.
Who is Barton? Barton? Okay, Charles Gold.
Happy Monday, Judge. I have,
Happy Monday.
I have Parker Pimental. This is a case, it was an MTR. He's just going to turn himself in to go to safety, but he's been positive with COVID the last few months.
All right, he's supposed to be here today.
Right. And so for whatever reason, my secretary sent him a Zoom link. So he thought it was going to be Zoom. And I reminded him this morning that it was in person. So he's on his way down there right now. So he I don't know how far away he is, maybe within 30 minutes. I'm assuming he should be there.
Okay, and I think this is the person who's had long COVID for like, I don't know, we've
Correct.
been here like a year or something. All
It's been a
right,
long time. It's been a long time. And in fact, he still has a positive. So I told him to wear a mask and to go on down.
all right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment. All right, so Charles Gold, we'll wait for your client to appear. Demetrio Duarte. Demetrio,
I'm here, just slow on the buttons, Judge.
that's okay. Is your client criminal trial division or family violence?
It's criminal trial, Judge, and I'm conferring with the state on that. I'd like a breakout room.
All right, I'll send you to number 6.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Greg Demarier.
I'm here, Judge. How are you doing?
Great. I'll send you to number 7.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm multi-zooming here, Judge. We
Yeah.
are Criminal Trial Division and Suggs and Starr. I've got 2.
All right, I'll send you to number 7. Ignacio Barreto.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Israel Moncada. We have a current plea bargain on the table here. I've been sent the documents. I just saw on my computer that I had these last time. There was an issue as to whether or not he was going to go through with it. He's now had time. He's gone. He's told me he's going to go through with it. He's here. I just need to go through, sign the documents, and send it to. And I'll sign the documents. I don't know where to go from there. I guess go back to your court.
No, I'll send you and your client to breakout room number 8. Is he on the Zoom screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he in custody or on bond?
He's on bond
And how's he listed on Zoom?
as Israel Moncada, I believe, or just Israel.
All right.
Oh, yes.
I'll send you to both to number 8. If you'll go to number 8, please.
All right.
James Toshi.
Judge Boyd, good morning. I have 2 cases this morning. They're both with criminal trial. One is a plea. It's Thomas Spencer. And then I need to confer on Christopher Villarreal. They are both in custody, Judge.
All right. I'll send you. Have you received paperwork on Mr. Spencer or no?
Judge, I have not. I've actually been communicating with one of the prosecutors this morning to get that ball rolling. That's my mistake.
All right. I'll send you to breakout room number 9. You need to put in the chat box with Ms. Ferguson what the agreement is. And would you like to see Mr. Spencer first in that breakout room?
Sure, Judge. Yes.
Okay. So you should have received a request to go to 9, and I'll send Mr. Spencer to 9.
Okay, I've got it, and I will chat Norma our agreement.
Thank you. Thomas Spencer, please go to breakout room number 9. Javier, thank you to the courtroom. Javier Padilla.
Here you are. Good morning. I have Tommy Bracamontes.
I'll send you to number 10.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Gold, Mr. Pimentel is in the courtroom. Rebecca, does he need to sign conditions?
Let me check. I believe he might need to, but let me double check.
All right, thank you. John Winter,
Yes, Judge. I'm Dennis Trejo. It's a trial division. I was talking with Meredith last time.
I'll send you to 11.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Paul Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Thomas Lee Tyke. His case is a motion to revoke on a theft, but there is a new allegation of family violence, ag assault, which I think is going to run the case.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 12. It's good seeing you. I hope you're feeling better.
Thank you, Judge. It's good to be alive.
Yeah. Kelly Piddle. Kelly Piddle going once.
Judge, I have Christopher Rodriguez. Sorry.
All right, no problem. I'll send you to number 13. That's a lucky breakout room, even in this new year. Juan Carlos Hernandez.
Yes, Judge. Jorge Alanis is my client. I was speaking with Tom Nisbet, and we both need to find out who we need to be in contact with to start the Veterans Pretrial Diversion Program. I don't know if you know of somebody who's in charge of that, or.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you have Herman come in here, please? John Herman.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll send you to number 14. Lately, it's been taking 3 months maybe to get someone in that program. So I'm not going to let it hang around for 3 months, but I'll send you to breakout room number 14.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Sure. Roosevelt.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. I'll send you to number 15.
Yes, you did mention earlier working with another attorney. Mr. Dwiggins apparently is appointed to another case on Mr. Tops.
Okay, I'll send you both to number 15.
Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
James DeWiggins, is he still here? I don't see him on the screen. If he shows back up, I'll send him to number 15 as well.
15 or 14? 14.
Juan Carlos is in 14. Robert Maurer. Robert Maurer going once. Robert Maurer going twice. All right. Andrew Del Cueto.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
I've got Jonah Rodriguez, Your Honor, and that is just a matter to take up with you.
Okay, just give me a moment. George Sherman.
Judge, good morning. I'm representing Ms. Irnisa Brent. She's present, DWI case. This is our first setting, and we're in the middle of discovery on that. I'll confer, but I was wondering, Judge, I've got a plea waiting in another court.
Yeah, I'll send you to number 16.
All
And
right.
if you want to Zoom to another court, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another court, but a prosecutor will meet you in number 16.
Thanks, Judge.
Just 1 second. Frankie Sandoval. Frankie Sandoval going once.
Hi, Judge. Good morning.
Yes, I'll send you to number 17. Good morning.
Thank you, Judge.
Andres Campion.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you to number 18.
I believe I'm supposed to be meeting with Daryl Harris.
Yes. All right. Could someone have someone from Public Integrity come in, please?
I've sent a text message to Mr. Harris already.
All right. Thank you. I'll send you to number 18, but don't go to 18 until Mr. Harris comes on the Zoom.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Eric Hernandez,
Good morning, Your Honor. Family violence.
19.
Thank you.
David McLean, I'll send you to number 20.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Lorraine Efron.
I'm here,
Lorraine?
Judge. I'm here,
Hi.
Judge. Hi. Motion to withdraw was filed and somewhat presented a couple of weeks ago. You wanted Mr. De La Cruz here for that. And that's the purpose of this setting today.
All right, just give me a moment. Let me assign these and then I'll take up your motion to withdraw. Jorge Canales,
Yes, Judge, family violence, Kendall Coleman.
I'll send you to Lucky Breakout Room number 21.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, when you get a chance, can I see you in a breakout room?
Yes. Jay Norton. I'm sorry, not Jay Norton, Nathaniel Navy.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Ernie Sanchez and Ashley Castillo. I believe that they're both family violence cases.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 22. Arnulfo Ortiz.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a family, it's not a family, it's a criminal trial division case. And they want him continued. And
What is your client's name?
Trevor Green.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 23. Jay Norton.
Morning, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
I have Jacob Garcia and it's family.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 24.
All right.
Jeff Mulliner.
Good morning, Your Honor. It's Nicole Hall, Criminal Trial Division. She's online.
I'm going to send you to number 25.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there any attorney who has not been assigned to a breakout room? All right, so I'm going to see Rebecca, you wanted to see me. I'm assuming that's on Mr. Pimentel.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if you could go to breakout room number 1 and Charles Gold, if you could go to breakout room number 1, and then Ms. Efron, I'm going to take up your motion to withdraw, and then Mr. De Cueto, I'll take up your matter.
Thank you, Judge.
Brenna, Judge will be back in a minute. She went to another breakout room.
Okay, thanks.
What am I scheduled? There's 2 indictments.
Lupe? I need to speak to any of the court, either of the court clerks.
All right, where's Mr. Van Duzer? Daniel Van Duzer, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4, and you can be excused from that room. All right, and then we have Lorraine Efron on your motion to revoke.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your client is Dela Cruz.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have Juan. Joe Dela Cruz, where are you?
Your Honor.
Hi, Mr. Dela Cruz.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. Your attorney has filed a motion to withdraw. Did she discuss that with you? Mr. Dela Cruz. You're on mute.
There you go. Yes, ma'am.
Did your attorney discuss with you the motion to withdraw?
Not directly verbally, but the correspondence, Your Honor.
All right, and you, are you going to have any objections to her withdrawing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, are you able to afford an attorney, or do you need one appointed to you?
No, we'll probably need one appointed for right now, Your Honor.
All right, to the clerk, do you have the motion to withdraw on Dela Cruz, please? Okay, Ms. Efron, can you send the court an order?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll grant your motion to withdraw, and that will be signed as soon as you send the court the order, if you could do that today. And then Ms. Ferguson, Mr. Dela Cruz needs an attorney. Mr. Dela Cruz will have you an attorney today, and we'll see if we can get that attorney to Zoom in, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Efron. If there's nothing else, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then Pimentel. Is there a prosecutor available on Pimentel?
I can do it, Judge.
All right, thank you. On Pimentel, just before we go on the record, this was a case where he had already pled true, and the court was just going to make a ruling on the plea of true. And my understanding is that the defendant was going to receive treatment, but there were some issues with long COVID. So we're going to just put that on the record. Ooh, Brenda, it's not working today. All right, courtroom.
I'll call you right back.
Courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get these boxes straight. Not going to work today, Brenna. All right, we're going to go on the record on 2020 CR 2478, State of Texas versus Parker Daniel Pimentel. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Tom Nisbet.
For the defense?
Charles Gold for Mr. Pimentel, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Pimentel?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Pimentel, do you have any objections to proceeding with this hearing by video?
No, ma'am.
All right, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to have this hearing by video. The court will note that the defendant entered his plea of true to the allegation of violation number 2 in this motion on August 13, 2021. This case has been reset several times due to the defendant's medical issues. The state waived all other objections. The court found violation of condition number 2 true. And just so the record can be clear, this case was scheduled on August 13th, then is reset for August 19, 2021. Then it was reset for September 16, 2021. Then is reset for October 11, 2021. Then it was set for November 15, 2021. Then it was reset for December 13, 2021. Then it was reset for January 4th, 2022. And then it is set for today. So is there anything else before the court makes its ruling on the defendant's plea of true from state or defense?
None from the state.
No, ma'am.
All right, then the court is going to deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include a referral to felony drug court. If the defendant is not accepted, then he is going to sat it. Mr. Pimentel, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
All right, so you haven't been using marijuana or anything?
No, ma'am. I still do have COVID.
No, this is not what I'm talking about. Everybody wants to use the COVID thing. Sometimes they want to use it so that they can continue to do what they're doing. And that is the reason why I read, we've been here for almost close to a year with you.
Right.
And we would not be here, Mr. Pimentel, if you didn't continue to use drugs. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're here because of you not doing what you were supposed to do. You're not here because of me, because you're a defense attorney, because of the state. It's because of you and your actions. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to be referred to felony drug court. If you're not accepted into felony drug court, I'm not going to see you here, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to be going to SAT. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So whether or not you want to be on probation and successfully complete it is completely up to you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So your probation expires in December 2025. All right, this is a new year, time for new things. Let's stick to the plan and do better, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
good
ma'am.
luck to you, Mr. Pimentel. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1. The,
Judge,
yes,
what about the restitution probation had requested a 412 to graffiti abatement program?
all right, Mr. Gold.
Yes, ma'am.
We're back on the record. Probation is saying that your client owes restitution.
Well, it looks like we have a few years to pay that off, Judge.
All right, so do you have any objection to that restitution being ordered?
I'm not aware of that, Judge. I'm sorry. I would have to look at. Wasn't prepared for that.
All right, what's the cost of the restitution, Ms. Reyes?
$412.
So it's $412, and who is that payable to?
Graffiti abatement program.
So it's for the graffiti.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've already agreed to pay that. So yeah, I think that was part of the original deal.
All right, so Mr. Pimentel, you need to pay restitution of $412 for graffiti, you understand?
I can pay that today.
Oh, well, awesome. I think they'll be very happy to receive their funds. All right, to the courtroom, if you go to breakout room number 1, and Ms. Reyes will meet you in number 1 and go over conditions with you, Mr. Pimentel.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes.
All right, thanks. Have a great day. I'm gonna go to breakout room number 1 too, just for a bit.
All right, let me place you in number 1. Ah, yes, you're there. All right, and there's someone here for a compliance hearing. Who is that?
That was Tiffany Jeffcoat.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Just give me one moment. Let me find it. All right, Tiffany Jeffcoat.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, okay, Miss Jeffcoat. So there's an issue with your restitution. So you need to make sure that you start paying that. And you need to work out a payment plan with probation on that. Do you understand?
Yes, I have worked out a payment plan, but it's not going to be paid off by the end of my sentence in October. So I guess we were coming today to make sure that I was making the payments as we had discussed with my probation officer, and I have been making those.
Okay, and who's the probation officer?
Elizabeth Kelly.
Yes, Judge Boyd, this is Elizabeth Kelly.
Yes.
Since her last compliance hearing on September 27th, she has paid $3,410. Her current restitution balance is $37,000, and her case will be expiring on October 28th of 2022.
All right, so this is just for me, Ms. Jeffcoat, to make sure that you're staying on track with your payments. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Ms. Kelly, if there's ever an issue where she's not staying on track with her payments or staying in contact with you to what she agreed to pay, you'll need to let the court know.
Yes, Judge.
All right, is there anything else that needs to be discussed with her, Ms. Kelly?
In regards to, that is a very large balance to be paid off by October. I don't know if she'll be able to pay off that balance or not. Do you want to have another compliance hearing in 90 days?
I will
Yes.
not be able to off by the end, so I don't know if I can have it extended or what will happen at that point.
No. I understand you, based upon your payments, that you won't be able to pay it off on the end, but I don't want you not to be doing the best that you can do to make the payments, okay?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you put a 90-day reset on Tiffany Jeffcoat, please? In the
Yes,
chat
ma'am.
box?
Give me 1 second, Judge.
And Robert, if you could you answer the chat question from Caitlin Wilkes, please?
Let me take a look, Judge.
All right, so we're going to come back on April, just 1 second, let me check that date. All right, Norma, we need to put it the week of April 11th, please. All right, we're going to come back on April 11th, just to see where you are, Ms. Jeffcoat.
Yes, ma'am, at 9 a.m.
Yes. And that will be by Zoom.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do you need to speak with her, Ms. Kelly, at all in a breakout room or no?
Yes, please, Judge.
All right, I am going to send you both to breakout room number 2.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And then you all can be excused from there.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Ignacio Barreto.
Yes, Your Honor. We were still missing the appeal waiver. And then additionally, the plea bargain involves the district attorney recommending deferred adjudication. Do we need to, I don't know whether we need to do an application for probation?
Yes,
well.
you need to put that in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson and she'll get that to you, okay?
I actually sent that to the clerk's office,
No, it needs to go to Ms. Ferguson.
Yeah, I think they sent it to Norma.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Jay Norton, I'm sorry, George Sharman.
Yes, Judge. We have conferred and we're going to apply for Veterans Treatment Court for Miss Ernesta Brent. And we'll continue with our discovery. We're fairly close to a plea, I think, but we don't know whether it's going to be there or here.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a month reset on Brent, please?
Yes, ma'am.
For your information, Judge, I'm trying to get in touch with John Herman, and I have an email address. I don't have a phone.
Okay. All right, we're going to come back on February 8th.
Yes, ma'am.
So by February 8th, there needs to be contact with VTC and there needs to be paperwork. Whatever paperwork they need filled out, it needs to be filled out. I don't know why it takes extra time with VTC, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer.
We'll report back on that date, Judge.
All right, thank you. You and your client
excused.
are excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jay Norton?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We have heard on Mr. Garcia. We still have, we've had some technical issues on discovery, but we're going to take a thumb drive down to hopefully cure those issues. And then I think we should have everything after that.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Jacob Garcia, I need a 2-week reset for discovery. All right, we're going to come back. We're going to come back on February 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and where is your client?
Judge, I'm sorry. I will be out of town that day. Could we do either the day before or the day after? Somewhere in that range?
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you put this on January 28th then? Or either the 31st? All right, we'll come back on January 31st.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you. Jake, you can go.
Thank you.
All right, Eric Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I confer with Mr. Garcia. An offer's been tendered. I need to discuss that with Mr. Willis, see if it's acceptable. He has agreed to keep the offer open for 30 days. If not, I imagine we'll be setting this for trial. So if I could get a reset to discuss with Mr. Willis.
All right. Ms. Ferguson on Mr. Willis, can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on February 1st. Have you received all the discovery in this case?
I believe I have, Your Honor. And I think the first will be acceptable. Let me just check one other calendar, if I may. Yes, Your Honor, February 1st works.
All right, Mr. Willis, we'll
Yes,
see
ma'am.
you back by Zoom on February 1st. You and your attorney are excused.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you.
Have a good day.
Good day.
You're welcome. Kelly Kittle.
Yes, Judge. We're still waiting on some video discovery on Christopher Rodriguez.
Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's on bond, Judge. His phone is showing it the name Revelry, Revvlry.
All right, what discovery are you waiting for?
It's Cobain and body cam, Judge.
Does the state giving you an idea when they will
I
have
don't think
this
it's a lack
Cobain?
of their office. I don't think I don't think the arresting agency was responding.
All right, who's the prosecutor on this?
Marcus. They've sent.
Okay.
It's Marcus, Judge.
All right, Marcus, what's happening with this?
So Judge, the case number wasn't entered in correctly, and so that's why the videos weren't automatically transferred over. It's been corrected, but for some reason the videos still haven't been transferred over. So I've emailed them, and I've also asked my investigator to see if he can follow up and do anything extra.
All right, I'm going to give one final reset for discovery. And then after that, Mr. Pittle, whatever motions you want to file, you're more than welcome to file them. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a month reset on Christopher Rodriguez for discovery? All right, we're going to come back on February 7th. Mr. Rodriguez, you and your attorney are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Robert Maurer, who's your client?
Judge, I have Gabrina Badillo. It's CTD, either I show either Joe Ray or Marcus.
Okay, how do you spell the last name?
Badillo. First name Gabrina, Gabrina Badillo.
Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 26.
Yes, ma'am.
James Toshi.
Hey, Judge, I am waiting for paperwork on Thomas Spencer. That will be a plea this morning. Norma, if you're listening, I sent you a text. She inadvertently sent the wrong court paperwork to me. And then I am waiting to confer with Meredith on Mr. Villarreal, Christopher, who is also in custody.
Okay.
I can put us in a breakout room.
All right, thank you. And everyone, just give me a moment while I fill out some paperwork.
Mr. Jane Toshi.
All right, Mr. Toshi, I believe they sent a request for you to go to a breakout room.
I have not. Okay, there it is. I have it.
Mr. Harris, you need to go to breakout room number 18 with Andres Campion, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And to the clerks, there should be paperwork coming your way.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, anyone else ready?
I am Judge
Who is I am?
Andrew Del Cueto,
Okay.
not the great I am.
Hello. Ah, it did that again. Why? I do not know. Just everyone give me a second. Okay, now it's working. Yay. All right, Mr. Del Cueto, can you start your video for me, please?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, yes. Which case do you have?
Jonah Rodriguez, Your Honor.
I'm trying to find it on our docket. All right, yes. The awaitment of the treatment bed, correct?
Yes, Judge. And it's not, yes, Judge. And with your permission, I would like to proceed.
Is this Jonah Rodriguez?
Jonah, you have to take the mute off.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me? All right, let me see where probation is. All right, so what is the issue? I guess we're receiving an update on a treatment bed. Is that correct?
Yes and no, Judge. On 7/4, may I proceed, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not on the record. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Just to give you an update, on 7/4, Jonah was arrested and booked. On 8/5, he was placed on probation, right? We don't have a problem with treatment. Jonah wants treatment, but my understanding, and I called Ms. Reyes last year about it, and it seemed consistent with what Jonah has told me, although I have not been able to verify, is that his signing to go to treatment has just occurred recently.
All right, so here's the thing. So what's going on here? So I see from reading the conditions that he was to follow TAP recommendations. So first off, let's start here. What was the recommendation of the TAP evaluation?
I don't have the TAP record. I wasn't his attorney at the time of the plea.
Okay. Ms. Reyes, what was the recommendation for his TAP evaluation?
I'm pulling it up, Judge.
All right, thank you. Everyone put some patience in your pocket. It's the new year.
Recommendation says residential treatment with SATA followed by aftercare treatment through probation, monthly year analysis, and weekly sober support meetings. And should you require less structured treatment modality, intensive outpatient treatment is recommended, again with monthly year analysis and sober support meetings.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do intensive outpatient treatment.
Judge, may I make a recommendation before you decide? If you have the authority, and I don't know if you have the authority for this, I would love him to go to Lifetime Recovery which is inpatient.
Okay, so here's my question about that. Is Lifetime Recovery going to pick him up from the jail? What are we going to do with the transportation?
I don't know about that. I put in a call to Lifetime Recovery. I'm waiting for a call back, Judge. I don't know necessarily if they transport him. And I deal very closely with his mom because she used to work for us. His mom would be more than willing to take him from the jail to Lifetime Recovery.
All right, do we know if Lifetime Recovery is accepting him?
I'm waiting to find out, Judge. I'm literally waiting to find out.
All right, so this is what.
I don't necessarily want him without inpatient treatment.
All right, this is what we're going to do. Mr. Rodriguez, what is your drug of choice?
Methamphetamine.
Okay. So we're going to do Lifetime, Rebecca. And if we're going to do Lifetime, I'm going to want a felony drug court evaluation. So the felony drug court evaluation will probably take place this week. And so I'm going to do a felony drug court referral. They'll probably be there this week. And then if there's some issue with felony drug court, then I'm going to send you to Lifetime. Okay, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
So Rebecca, he's going to remain in custody until he's evaluated for felony drug court. That should be sometime this week. And then let's recall this. Ms. Ferguson, can we recall this later in the week or either Monday of next week?
Next Monday, we're closed.
That is true.
That's
It's
a big day,
MLK.
Judge.
It
That's
is
a big, come on, Judge.
It is. Well, hey, I live it every day. So that's why, I live the dream every day and honor him every day. So, because his struggle just wasn't on that day.
Oh, it was a lifetime struggle, Judge.
Yes. And, maybe I should start telling people, because there are different people, when we were in school, they would give you somebody to write on. And with the civil rights movement, and everybody would write on Martin Luther King Jr. Me, of course, I'm a maverick. I would pick somebody else that was not well known. So, Norman, can I get a date for Mr. Rodriguez, if we can come back maybe Friday the 14th? Is that doable for everyone?
Yes, Your Honor.
I haven't gotten anything in the chat box.
Yes, the 14th is fine. Judge.
All right, so we're going to come back on Friday the 14th to see where we are with treatment.
So Judge, to clarify, we're going to amend his condition in lieu of Sadif, remain in custody for felony drug court evaluation. If not accepted, then lifetime?
Yes. All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Probation will go over your conditions with you, Mr. Rodriguez. And Mr.
Okay.
Rodriguez, what's up with all those tattoos?
Bad decisions that I've got. They're years old. I haven't gotten a new tattoo in probably like 3 or 4 years.
All right, I was just wondering, are we planning on getting new tattoos while we're at the jail?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And is there a single tattoo on your body that says "Love Mom"?
No, but there will be soon. Hopefully.
No, your mom doesn't. Andrew, I always tell people mothers do not want their children getting tattoos, but when they get a tattoo and it says "Love Mom," the mom is like, curses. So yeah, I don't think your mom wants a tattoo. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Your attorney will meet you in number 1, and probation will meet you in number 1 and go over your new conditions.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Demetrio Duarte.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have conferred
with Brittany Sparks on Mr. Beal's case. We have not completed the discovery. They are going to send me some discovery within the next week or so. I am available on February 1st and February
Let me ask you
7th.
this. How's your client listed on the Zoom screen?
He is not. That was my second issue, Judge. He was released from the hospital on Thursday. He is going through cancer treatment and he has a catheter that I did not want in my office. He makes all of his appearances here at my office because he does not have technological abilities. But
Okay, so what you're telling me is based upon your own personal knowledge. It's not just something that your client has told you.
oh, no, I know this for a fact. He's going through prostate cancer treatment. He had surgery and his caretaker who got me this case was verifying that she's there treating him, and he's got bodily fluids coming out of places I don't need in my office.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a month reset on Mr. Beal, please? All right, we're going to come back on February 8th.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and if there are issues with your client, just let the court know and the court will excuse him because I don't want him coming in if we're continuing to move towards discovery, okay?
I think once we complete discovery, we should be able to work out an agreement, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're excused. See you back
Thank you very
on
much,
February 8th by Zoom.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Alfredo Ortiz.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
I conferred with Ms. Sparks and we came up with an agreement. We have an agreement. There will be some restitution owed and the defendant is gonna plead to a misdemeanor. So we need some time. Can we have a reset?
When is this going to take place?
Well, I guess probably that maybe we're gonna have to get a court date for him to plead to the misdemeanor. So hopefully 30 days.
Where is your client?
He should be on Zoom as Rose Ortiz.
I'm right here.
Okay. All right, which court is this out of?
County Court 1.
All right, so you just need to plead there and then this case will be done?
Correct. And Mr. Mermela is represented by somebody else on the misdemeanor, so I'm gonna have to get with that.
Judge, he's also supposed to pay upfront restitution.
All right, how much is the restitution? How long is it going to take him to pay the upfront restitution?
It's $1,000, Your Honor. And
all right, Mr. Mermello, when are you going to be able to pay the $1,000?
Before Friday.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Mermello, please?
And it will be Friday for sure.
All right, so we're going to come back on February 8th. And I think that should give you time, Mr. Ortiz, to speak with the other attorney. If there's some issues with scheduling of a plea in the other court, just let me know and I'll see what I can do.
thank you.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Have a good day, Your Honor.
Thank you. Everyone, just give me a moment. Mr. Mermello, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. John Winter.
Yes, Judge. So I have Dennis Trejo. I've been conferring with Meredith. She needs a little time to reach out to the victim in this case. I am still trying to get the insurance claim information. Apparently there was an insurance claim made for the damage that was done. And so I think we'd both benefit from a reset of the case.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset on Trejo, please. All right, we're going to come back on February 8th. Is your client on bond or in custody?
He's on bond, Judge. He's here.
How's
Where
he
is
listed?
I saw him earlier. Dennis, where are you at?
Is this Dennis?
Zoom user. He's Zoom user, Judge.
All right, Mr. Trejo, we're going to come back on your case on February 8th.
I don't know.
February 8th at 9 a.m.
Well, thank you very much, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, do you have anyone else with us?
No, that's it.
All right, yes, you and your client are excused.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, Dennis.
Thank you. Arnulfo Ortiz.
I am COVID positive in quarantine.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, Judge, now I know what it feels like to be old, slow, and foggy, like my big brother, Alfredo, who was just with you. And I'm only sorry he left before I said that. I'm gonna milk this for all it's worth. I don't want to get out. Your Honor, I have we're ready on who? On Trevor Green. And
Has
we're
all the
just waiting
paperwork?
Well, I've talked to him 3 times since the court started, and he has yet to receive the Zoom approval and the waiver of appeal. But I talked to Marcus, and he's in agreement, so we're just waiting on the coordinator.
Well, I need an email address from your client. I can't send
We put it in
anything
the
out
chat room.
without
We
an
put it in the
email.
chat room.
I don't see it.
All right, so if you guys will just discuss that, however you guys want to discuss it in the chat box. All right,
We'll
David.
do it again.
Sure,
We'll do
thank
it
you,
again.
Paul Smith, and then David McLean.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here. I'm waiting for still someone with family violence on Thomas Tyke. He has a motion to adjudicate on a theft case out of your court, but then there was a new offense in ag assault.
All right, so Mr. Smith, if you'll go back to breakout room number 12.
Okay.
All right, David McLean.
Morning, Judge.
Hello.
I've been in breakout room
Wouldn't you know
20.
the coordinator said she never got the
Just one second.
Yeah, no phone.
email address.
No phone. Put yourself on mute, man.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
I'm here on Joe Sean Steen. I've been in 20. I haven't seen or heard from anybody yet. I guess probably the
Oh,
best.
they're working their way through the breakout rooms.
I know. I guess the first question is Mr. Steen in the courtroom as he was ordered?
All right, to the courtroom. Is Mr. Steen in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, he's not.
He is not here.
Well, that kind of solves what we're doing this morning.
Okay. Do you want to try to get in touch with your client?
Yeah, let me see if I can raise him, Judge. I sent him an email as soon as I got it from Norma. I guess it was Saturday, telling us we needed to be here, but I have not heard from him. But let me reach out to him, and I'll do that now before we go.
All right, and then if he's not here, we'll have to put some things on the record.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Judge, can I announce as well?
All right, just one moment. Robert Maurer.
I have Judge on Miss Gabrina Badillo. I talked to Marcus. He's going to have his investigators try to contact some of the witnesses to see if they can confirm the victim's allegations. And then if we're just asking for like a 30-day setting to see if we can get more details.
All right, Norma, on Miss Gabrina Badillo, can I have a 30-day reset, please? Nobody needs to see that. And if you have to cough, I don't know what is happening with people in this day and age. I was taught in first grade, and actually I was taught at home, even though I started school at first grade and didn't go to kindergarten. I was taught that if you're going to cough, you cover your mouth. You don't cough loudly over people in public, spreading germs everywhere. That's one of the reasons why COVID, colds, flu spreads everywhere. Just throwing that out there. So, Mr. Maurer, we're going to be back on your case on February 8th.
February 8 or
Yes.
18th?
8th.
8. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Just one second. We're going in line. Mr. Hagee, just give me a moment. James Toshi.
Okay.
Hey, Judge. So on Thomas Spencer, if I can, may I come back today in the afternoon at 2 p.m. to enter the plea? The paperwork is going to take a little while because the judgments for the DWI are out of county and it's going to take them a while to get them in and uploaded and ready, but we'd like to come back to do the plea at 2. Should be ready and the paperwork ready by then. I do have other Zooms that I need to get to this morning.
Okay, just give me one moment. I'm trying to find your client on the docket. There we are. All right, so we'll come back at 2 on Mr. Spencer and on Villarreal.
And on Villarreal, that we'd like to do a short comeback, maybe like 2 weeks. Meredith, I believe, wants to gather some input from the complainant who is a police officer before making a formal rec. And the other thing with regard to Mr. Villarreal, apparently his bondsman went off his bond. He is currently remanded. Could I ask you to please set a bond for him?
Have you conferred with the state on a bond?
I did not.
Okay, so if you'll confer with the state on that, and where is your client?
They're both in custody, Judge.
All right, so if you'll confer with the state on Mr. Villarreal and Mr. Spencer, we'll be back at 2 p.m.
Okay.
And I will send you to breakout room number 3. Austin Hagee.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with Michelle Hayden on Eric De La Riva. We still need some videos and some other evidence. So we're just asking for a reset to get all the evidence in.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on De La Riva, please? Mr. De La Riva, you need to show your video. All right, we're going to come back on February 8th for discovery. And you say there's some video?
Yeah, apparently there was an interview done in Washington State by the Yakima police after she went home. So that's the video that we're waiting on at this point.
And that's the video of the complainant?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. So it's an interview.
And is that the only outstanding discovery?
As far as I can tell at this time, that's the only thing that we're waiting on.
And Judge, that's what I believe as well. There are a couple videos actually from Washington. This file, we haven't been able to locate it in our office. I didn't see any notice of additional discoveries that were scanned. So I'm not sure if it's something that was in the file and we're just missing, or if it's something that we never received, but I've reached out to both the SAPD detective and the detective in Washington to get those items.
Okay. All right, we'll come back on February 8th. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jeff Mullinger.
Yes, Your Honor. I conferred with Brittany Sparks. She has some things she'd like us to get for her. Could we have a 2-week reset? Not trying to suggest, but 2 weeks would be January 24th, and that date would work for me if it works for the court.
Okay, and what are we anticipating happening?
If we get the documentation that would satisfy her, I believe it will be a recommendation of supervision, and we'd like the chance to get such a rec.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On Ms. Hall, can I have a 2-week reset, please? And what date is good for you, Mr. Molina?
January 24th.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, are we able to set this for January 24th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you and your client are excused. We'll be back on January 24th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Anyone else ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Andres Campion, back from the breakout room.
All right, yes. What is happening with Mr. Soto?
I've conferred with the state, and there are we have reviewed some of the discovery, but there are a number of videos depicting this incident that need to be thoroughly reviewed a little bit further, and there is a possibility of another individual who is a witness and may have some information relating to this incident, and so we need to kind of get that person tracked down and see what they may know, and I believe they're an employee of the state, so we need to coordinate with the state to get that done.
All right, where's your client?
Right here is listed under J, just the letter J.
All right, so,
Yeah.
I'm right here, Judge.
all right, thank you. So what's the issue with the video? Who has the video?
Oh no, we have the videos, Your Honor. We just we're finishing up reviewing those videos, and that is imperative before we open good faith channels as far as negotiation to see about a possible resolution.
All right, so when is the reviewing of these materials going to happen? Because on my docket, I have this case has been going on since September 2021.
Yes, Your Honor, and I believe this is the is this the first? I thought this was the first indicted setting.
No, it's
No.
not.
Okay.
So when are the videos going to be reviewed?
This week, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Soto, if I could have a 30-day reset, please. And state, when are you going to be prepared to make an offer?
Your Honor, the other witness that Mr. Campion referred to, we are interacting with the Sheriff's Department to talk with that party. When I convey it to him, we will extend an offer at that point. It'll be before the next setting, Judge.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else from either side then?
Nothing from the defense at this time.
All right,
Not to my
thank
knowledge,
you.
Your Honor.
All right, thank
Your Honor.
you.
May I
You
be
guys have,
excused?
yes, you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you back on February 7th.
February 7th. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Roger.
You're welcome. Anyone else ready?
Judge, I got permission to leave, Judge. I'm sorry.
Sorry?
Do I got permission to leave? I'm sorry.
Yes, you do.
Thank you, ma'am.
Judge, I'm not ready. Could I go to a breakout room with the prosecutor on Mr. Leach, Kenneth Leach?
All right, let me see who's speaking. Okay. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial, Your Honor.
Okay, let me see what room I have available. All right, I'm going to put you in breakout room number 13.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, I'm back from the breakout room as well.
Yes.
On Mr. Viadiel. Meredith and she has a recommendation. His last bond was 20,000. She's recommending 25. I would ask you to set it at the original bond amount. It's an off bond. I'm not sure why, probably reporting or non-payment.
All right, let me have them, I tell you what, let's just bring this back at 2, because
Okay.
I'll need to review what's in the court's file, and I don't
Okay.
have that.
I'll be back at 2, Judge. I appreciate
All
it.
right. All right, so that'll be 2 p.m. Ms. Ferguson, can we have Crystal Villarreal will need to come back at 2, and so will Thomas Spencer.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then we'll see you back at 2.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
And Villarreal is 17A. Anyone else ready?
Judge, I'm ready. Nathaniel Navy, Judge.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. On Ashley Castillo, Judge, this is a repeated violation of bond or protective order. I saw that there's offense reports, and I conferred with Mr. Garcia for one incident, but there's another one alleged in the indictment that I haven't seen any police reports on that one. This is our first setting on this, Judge. Mr. Garcia is going to look and see if there are any police reports on that other alleged incident.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Ashley Castillo, can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on February 7th.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. And then I also have Ernie Sanchez.
All right, Ms. Castillo, you're excused. Do you need to speak with her, Mr. Navy?
No, Judge, we haven't discussed an offer yet at this point. We're just waiting on that discovery before we do that.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, may I speak? This is Michael White. I have the case of Jorma Pettis, and I haven't answered yet. I'd like to see a prosecutor on it.
What is the last name?
Pettis.
And is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Well, it's a DWI case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 16.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, in your next case, Mr. Navy, you said it's Sanchez?
Yes, Judge, Ernie Sanchez. On this one also, I had filed a motion because my client's been on GPS full house arrest since I believe November. He works as a mobile mechanic. He's been unable to do so, where he essentially goes to different clients and does work on their vehicles at different locations. The state would be okay, as far as I understand, as long as he gives 24-hour notice to the pretrial services officer of where he'll be, and then a time frame of what that would be. So I'm just requesting that it be moved to partial, not tracking, and the state has no objection as long as he provides that notice and gives a time frame of that. And then I'd also request that that his fees be waived, Judge, if you were amenable to that, just because he's not really had a way to make money since he's been on full house arrest for a little while now.
All right, if you will send the agreed order to the court. And who is the prosecutor on this case?
Joe Ray Garcia, Judge.
All right, and if someone can make sure that the complainant knows that the defendant will be, that his GPS status is changed. And I'll let the probation, I'll let the state know that that needs to be done.
Thank you, Judge. And then on his case, we did discuss an offer, and if we could just get a reset to confer on that.
Okay. Yes, you'll come back on the same day, February 7th.
Okay. Thank you. May Mr. Sanchez be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes. Just one moment, everyone, please. Just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. That was a message from another judge. Yes, Mr. Sanchez.
Excuse me, Judge. I was trying to see if maybe it'd be possible to move, because where I'm at right now, I've had like a couple problems that I'm trying to get into trouble.
All right, Mr. Sanchez.
I had asked
Mr.
Christina
Sanchez.
if I can move. She said that was
Time
fine.
out, time out, Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
You need to discuss that with your attorney. And I always tell everyone this, before you ask something of the court, it will probably be best for you to discuss it with your attorney, because sometimes your attorney doesn't want you to say certain things. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's something you need to discuss with your attorney. And then of course, the court is always open to hear motions or to consider things. And Mr. Navy, what he's requesting, if you'll discuss that with the state, and if there's no problem with it, if you'll put that in the agreed motion as well, and the court will sign it.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Could I be excused though, Judge? And then I'll give Mr. Sanchez a call and we'll discuss that. And if that's something we can add, we'll send that to you, Judge.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Juan Carlos Hernandez.
Hey, Judge, I just pulled myself out of that breakout room. Herman never showed up. I've been over in there for about an hour and a half.
Okay. Just 1 second. And I know you are under the weather.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there though. I'm all right.
All right, let me call someone just a moment.
Thanks, Judge.
Judge, you're muted.
And Brenda, I'm muted, and I was saying some profound things
I can hear it, Judge.
that was gonna bring about world peace.
I know, I heard all of it.
Okay, all right. Mr. Hernandez, on Mr. Alanis, I'm gonna give you a reset. And hopefully by then someone can get in touch with Veterans Treatment Court. I don't know where they are.
All right, I'll try to research that myself.
All right, so I'm gonna reset this for February 7th. Is that good or no?
No, Judge, I'm gonna be I'll be like a couple days before I fly out to go get married. So
Oh, look at you going to the chapel and gonna get married.
if I'm good enough, hopefully. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, so where are you guys join the celebration at so we can do a surprise show up?
New Orleans.
Okay, I should have known that. Tell her I'm sorry.
Oh, no
Tell
worries.
Christine I'm sorry. I should have known it was New Orleans.
No worries. No worries.
I understand that at the wedding, if you have a surprise person show up, there's always an extra plate, especially in
Yes.
Louisiana.
It
So I'm
is.
gonna come and get some food. I know it's gonna be great. Well, I can't have that. So I'm gonna put you on February
Oh my God.
8th. Christine would be like, Stephanie, you're killing me. What are you doing? Let me see. Then maybe we can come back. Is before then too soon, or
No.
I don't want to interfere with festivities.
Before then would be better. Like the very first week of February or last week of January.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we put this on the first week of February? And it's just to get an update on Veterans Treatment Court. All right, we're going to come back on February 1st.
All right, sweet. Thank you, Judge, very much. Y'all be
Sure,
careful.
no problem. Enjoy your wedding, and I hope you're feeling better.
Thank you. Y'all stay safe.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Brenda, I almost ruined someone's wedding before it started. I almost ruined the marriage.
Judge, I can report in on Mr. Leach.
Okay, just give me a moment, and then I'm going to take up a plea after this. All right, Mr. Hernandez on Mr. Leach.
Judge, the state wants to contact the victim in this case before making an offer.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Mr. Leach. Can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on February 7th.
Yes, Judge, February 7th.
All right,
Judge,
Mr.
may I go to a breakout room with Mr. Leach?
Yes, and after you finish speaking with him, you'll need to bring him back to the main room. Mr. Leach,
Yes.
could you unmute, please? Just hold down the space bar. It's the longest bar on the keyboard.
Okay, can you hear me, Judge?
Yes, I can. So, Mr. Leach, in this court, I require that the state make offers on all cases. So
Yes,
in
ma'am.
order for the state to make a informed offer, they need to speak to certain people. So we're going to bring you back on the 7th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 to speak to your attorney. And
Okay.
after you speak to your attorney, I'm going to need you to come back to the main room.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Jorge Canales.
Yes, Judge. I have an offer from the state and I'd like to speak to Kendall Coleman, my client.
All right, let me see where you were. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. And Mr. Coleman, if you can go to breakout room number 3 for me, please. All right, and Mr. Barreto, you're on Israel Moncada.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who is the prosecutor on this case?
I'm not sure who's got it, I want to say Brittany Sparks.
All right, let me see who's available and let me find your client.
Judge, if I may speak?
We're in the middle of a hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Are you Israel Moncada?
No, I am.
Yes. Are you Israel?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Court is going to call 2021 CR 6023, State of Texas versus Israel Moncada. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Brittany Sparks for the state.
For the defense?
Nasir Barreto for the defense.
And are you Israel Moncada?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objections, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Moncada, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video conference. Everyone, just give me a moment, please.
I think you're offline, Your Honor.
No, I said, just give me a moment.
Oh,
No problem. It's Monday, but it's still a beautiful Monday. All right. Mr. Moncada, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Acknowledgment of Discovery Defense. Did you receive all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client? Defense?
Yes.
No, defense.
yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Moncada, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Moncada, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments, the defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with is evading arrest, detention of vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? I'm sorry, everyone, just give me a moment, please.
Hello, Kimberly? Okay, are you on the Zoom?
All right, everyone, you need to make sure you're on mute, please. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Mankato, did you understand?
Trying to confer, but then
Mr. Mercado, did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Makata, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
I couldn't hear you, Your Honor.
Have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, and the driver's safety course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
State offer states Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Mancata, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing states Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Mancata, what is your issue?
As in?
Oh, as in you're here for racing.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yes, why are you doing this? This is not Fast and the Furious.
I understand, ma'am. I was just
Yeah.
scared and I didn't do what was right, and I know there's consequences, and I'm willing to take them off.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Why are you street racing?
I was just in fear, and I just folded under pressure, and I regretted it all.
No, right now you're just giving me standard answers that you think I want to hear.
Yes, ma'am.
But I've read the report and what it says, I observed that there were street races during donuts, burnout, driving recklessly out of sight behind a building, as I could see lots of white smoke going up in the air. So I don't understand why young people think that Fast and Furious is real, because it's not. Two, I would think that somebody would learn something because Paul Walker ended up dying. And, you know,
Understand.
part of his death, people can blame it on the vehicle, but part of it was caused by the fact that they were racing. And you can say they were racing legally or whatever you want to say, but you're not a professional. You're 21. So many people could have been killed. I've read in this report that somebody almost hit a family with a stroller. And then you know what would end up happening? I would have had a 20-year-old crying here, please don't send me to prison. I killed somebody and I didn't mean to kill somebody.
Understand.
So who gave you this vehicle?
I purchased it on my own, and I also got rid of it.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated 12th grade.
And what are you doing with the rest of your life?
I'm enrolling in barber school. I'm halfway in there.
Like, when are you planning on doing that?
This year I'm looking to start already. I already paid for the application and everything, so it's all in motion.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody. Anytime you have an occupation that requires you to have a license, you need to make sure that these felony cases don't interfere with your ability to get a license.
Understand.
It usually makes it harder. I'm not saying that this offense will necessarily preclude you from living out your dream, but it will make it harder. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Do you live at home with your parents? Where do you live?
Yes, I live with my mom.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Occasionally I smoked on New Year's.
So did you smoke New Year's at your mom's house?
No, at my grandma's with my cousins.
All right, so here's the thing. One, that's not any better at all. I don't know if the young people have heard, there's something out in the universe, it's called COVID.
Yes, ma'am.
So that marijuana, unless you're growing it in your grandmother's backyard, somebody had to make contact with someone who's not a member of the family to get
Yes,
the
ma'am.
marijuana. Then you bring it to your grandmother's house to smoke marijuana with your cousins. And I'm sure your grandmother didn't buy into this, we're going to sit around and smoke marijuana. So y'all are disrespecting your grandmother's house. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So there is not going to be any marijuana use while you're on this probation. It is not allowed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you shouldn't be getting marijuana from strangers anyway and bringing that back into your mom's house or your grandmother's house when COVID is running rampant. How old is your grandmother?
About 80.
So older people don't do well with COVID. And here you are recklessly driving and recklessly potentially bringing COVID to your grandmother's house. And how old are your cousins?
They're about in their mid-20s.
You maybe want to stop hanging around cousins who are bringing you into the marijuana game. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. 100%.
Marijuana is not legal in Texas.
Okay.
So there's going to be $1,000 fine probated, 2 years deferred adjudication, 150 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof that you've obtained the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring anyone to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be deducted. There should be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person if you can't report by Zoom. I'm going to want testing for levels, field visits, random, 2 times per month, driver safety course. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs?
No, ma'am.
Anything else that you need from me, Mr. Moncada, in order to be successful? Mr. Moncada.
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Moncada, you're going to have to start doing better. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't do better, what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up causing trauma to someone else. Everyone should know that when you get a vehicle, you're not supposed to be racing in the vehicle. If you want to be a race car driver, take it to a track. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And could I have the paperwork for, what is his name? Mr. Ortiz's client, please. Mr. Green, I've already signed that. Thanks. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you, Mr. Moncada, to breakout room number 1. If you'll wait in there patiently, and then probation will come there to go over your conditions with you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Beretta, you can go to number 1, or either you can be excused.
I think I'll be excused if that's okay with the court.
All right, thank you. Have a great rest
Thank
of
you,
your
Your
day.
Honor.
Court is calling 2015 CR 10736. Who are the parties on, who's the state on Trevor Green, please? Who is the prosecutor for Trevor Green? Trevor Crockett Green, intoxication assault.
I visited with Marcus Sanders.
Sorry, Judge, I was muted. Marcus.
All right, the court is calling 2015 CR 10763, State of Texas versus Trevor Crockett Green. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Marcus Sanders for the state.
For the defense?
Arnulfo Ortiz.
All right, and are you Mr. Green?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
None from the defense.
Mr. Green, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and State's motion to supplement pending motion to revoke probation. Did you review those documents with your attorney and did you understand them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Trevor Crockett Green who was placed on community supervision in 2015 CR 10736 for the offense of intoxication assault on October 3rd, 2017 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
From the first motion to revoke community supervision, condition number 2, on or about the 31st day of March 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Trevor Crockett Green did then and there illegally use marijuana in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Condition number 2, on or about the 4th day of April 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Trevor Crockett Green did then and there consume alcoholic beverages in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the rest.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection.
Mr. Green, did you understand by pleading true to violation of conditions 2 and 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of conditions 2 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find 2 and 2 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge. We're asking that you deny the motion alter and amend to order Scram for 90 days in lieu of the in-home device, and also that he be evaluated for felony veterans treatment court.
Is that
That
the
is the
agreement?
agreement. That is.
All right, Mr. Green, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Green, why are you continuing to, well, why are you smoking marijuana when you know you could go to prison for 8 years? You want to go to prison?
No, Your Honor, do not. No, Your Honor.
How old are you?
I am 41.
All right, so you're not, super young anymore. And you're getting to that
Correct.
point in time where you're going to have more of your life behind you than in front of you. This is a new year. You need to turn over a new leaf and start making better decisions. You understand?
Oh, completely. Yes, Your Honor.
So who are you smoking marijuana with? What is their relationship to you?
It's myself.
Well, I mean, you have to go out and get marijuana unless you're growing it in the backyard.
Oh, no, Your Honor. No. Any means, really.
So, I mean, I'm
don't-
trying to figure out though, why you're doing it.
Self-medicate for my PTSD.
All right.
Occasionally.
What,
It's
what is your
occasionally.
PTSD from?
I'm overseas, in service of 2004 in Iraq.
All right. Have you been diagnosed?
Yes, ma'am. Through the VA.
All right. So are you seeing someone at the VA?
I have started back up with treatment as far as counseling and I guess I'm not medicated, just going through counseling.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to deny the motion alternate amend conditions to include Scram for 90 days. And you say that's in lieu of the in-home device, Mr. Sanders?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so in lieu of the in-home device, the court is going to do Scram. I'm sorry, yes, going to do Scram. I'm going to want a mental health evaluation done, please, to see if he perhaps should be on the caseload. And he's to continue counseling through the VA. And I'm going to want field visits, random. Two times per month. And I think someone else took this plea because I don't see anything showing that I took the plea on this case. Let me see. Yes, this wasn't me. All right. So I don't know if community service hours were ordered, but if they were ordered, then those community service hours, 40 of those will be waived if you provide proof of the vaccination. And there will be employment, but there's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Rebecca, is there anything else that Mr. Green needs?
No, ma'am. Just clarification on the Scram. Are you doing it for 90 days or is it just open?
You know what, I want him monitored by something. Is he being monitored by something other than Scram? Mr. Green, do you have ignition interlock or something?
No, since I don't drive, I have the at-home machine.
All right, we're just going to
back in
The plea bargain is
compliance
for
with
90
that.
days, Your Honor. The plea bargain was for 90 days.
Well, this is what we're going to do, Rebecca. What we will do, instead of removing it in 90 days, I want you to have him come back. We're going to do a compliance and see how he's doing. So, Mr. Green.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're going to come back in 90 days and the probation is going to let me know how you're doing. And so whether or not you're on this for longer than 90 days, because I don't have, let me see what the plea bargain agreement, the original plea bargain agreement was for you. Okay, so his original plea bargaining agreement was ignition interlock for half the term. And he's not on ignition interlock. Yeah, all right. We're going to see how he does then, Mr. Ortiz, because he was placed on probation in 2017. So honestly, you would have been off ignition interlock, Mr. Green, if you were doing what you're supposed to be doing. So
Yes, Your Honor.
we're going to see how you're doing in 90 days. Rebecca, do not remove the scram in 90 days. We're going to see how he's doing and whether or not there are any violations on scram.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Green, you're going to have to stop drinking and you're going to have to start, you got to stop using marijuana. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
No more marijuana. If there's an issue, let probation know. You can even come back to the court and let me know. We'll see what we can do. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you for your service, Mr. Green. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Probation will meet you there and go over your new conditions.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I'm just trying to find. There's Mr. Green. And Mr. Ortiz, you can go to number 1 or either you can be excused.
Goodbye. Thank you, Judge.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Have a good one.
Your Honor, this is Mike White. Can I get a reset on a case? The prosecution needs to get a judgment of a prior DWI, and then we can enter the plea the next time. So I just like a regular reset on Jorma Pettis. You need the number that's
No, I don't need the number.
okay.
Ms. Ferguson, on Jorma Pettis, can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on February 7th.
February 7th. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You and your client are excused.
Yes, may I see him in a breakout room?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Jorma, I'm going to send you to, I'm sorry, Mr. Jorma Pettis, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Your attorney will meet you there and you can be excused from number 2.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Anyone else ready?
Judge, very quickly, Paul Smith, if I may go in with Mr. Tyke, we have an offer and I needed to relate it to him.
Same for me, Judge. I need to relay an offer to Mr. Tommy Brocamontes.
Okay, who is speaking?
Javier Padilla, Judge.
Okay. So yours is Thomas, Mr. Smith?
Yes, Mr. Tyke, T-Y-K, Thomas Tyke.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3, Mr. Smith.
Very well, Your Honor.
And Mr.
Thank you.
Tyke, I'll send you to number 3. And Javier Padilla, who is your client?
Tommy Brocamontes. He's in custody.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 4.
Thank you.
I don't see your client. Just 1 second. There he is. All right, anyone else ready?
Judge, I was going to check and see if Mr. Steen had showed up in the courtroom again. I have not heard back from him.
All right, is there a Mr. Steen in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, he is not.
Find your client on the docketing sheet.
He's on the add-on, Judge.
Okay. Let me see where his violation report is.
Judge, it should be in Adobe.
All right, Mr. McLean, have you received the violation report?
I have, Your Honor.
All right, is there any reason your client is making these unauthorized stops?
I reviewed them and it looked like 2 of them were very brief. And it looked like just for fast food, probably on the way home from work. But as to the other ones, Judge, I have not had any contact with my client. He has not provided me any other explanation.
Okay, so the court understands like Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, but I don't understand the William Wagner Apartments. That's what I don't understand, that stop.
I understand, Judge. I don't either. I don't know what that is. And like I said, I have not been able to get a hold of my client.
Okay, because the court, you know, I try to be reasonable and I understand Jack in the Box, maybe people are stopping here and there, but it's like your client has been warned, according to them, to stop doing this.
Judge, I guess the only thing I could request, I mean, we got this violation report, I think it was Friday. And I think Norma set this on Saturday for this morning's hearing. I don't know what my client's status is right now. I've tried to text him. I've emailed him with the contact information I have. I just have not been able to reach him in this short time. I don't know if there's something we could do to try and maybe reset this out, maybe a week. Let me try and reach him and at least send him some correspondence in writing. And that way we've exhausted what we need to do to make sure he's present and appearing.
Well, I mean, part of the issue is, well, let's do this. Let's recall this for 2 p.m. today. And Norma, see if you can get the pretrial services officer in here at 2, because I want to make sure, because of the nature of the offense and the other offenses, which I'm not taking them as true, as you know, because I haven't received anything, but I need to know maybe if they've had contact with him, maybe there's some issue with the monitor, because he's on GPS, so everybody should know where he is. So let's come back on this at 2 and I'll take it up at that point.
Okay, Judge. I'll see you then.
All right. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate you.
All right, Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Honor. I relayed an offer that Joe Ray made to us. My client is thinking about it. My problem is that I have not pulled the discovery because of my hospitalization. The DA has agreed to keep the offer open for 30 days. I'm wondering if we could reset. I explained to my client that he would be sitting at least another 30 days, and he is okay with that.
Let's see where he is. All right, Norma, on Mr. Tyke.
Yes.
Can you give me a 30-day reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on February 7th, Mr. Tyke.
Very well, Your Honor. I'll be discussing more and more with him as the time goes on. I appreciate y'all bearing with me.
Oh, no problem. You just take care of yourself.
It's become an increasing priority in my life.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
Ms. Tyke, take care.
All right, Mr. Tyke, we're going to see you back on February 7th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Norma, you can let them know Type 16G can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Frankie Sandoval.
Hi, Judge. I was
Hi.
just reaching out to Mr. Sparks to see if he received the second plea packet for him to electronically sign.
Okay, no problem. All right, Rosabelle Sosa.
We're waiting on paperwork, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Anthony Cantrell.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I need to get appointed on my client and on Whetstone. He's got some new cases.
All right, how you spell the last name?
Whetstone. The state just informed me that he has some new criminal trial division cases that are pending at this time.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room. Well, if you go back to breakout room number 5, Ms. Ferguson will meet you in number 5.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else ready?
Yes.
Judge, can you hear me, Javier Padilla?
Yes.
Judge, Mr. Bracamontes has an NTR. I've spoken to the prosecutor who's read an offer. I've spoken to my client. I'm asking the court for a 2-week extension so I can continue to discuss the offer with my client and then come back to the court with a resolution.
All right, just give me a moment. I'm waiting for your client to come out of the breakout room.
Okay. There he is, Your Honor.
So what is the issue? Why are we needing a reset?
I need a little time to speak with him and explain the ramifications of everything, Judge. At this point, we're not quite ready. I believe we will be ready very soon, but just need a little time to continue to speak to him.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you call Mr. Bracamontes for next week, please? All right, we're going to come back on January 21st.
January 21?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Norma, you can let them know that Tommy Bracamontes, 17B can go back.
I'll be in touch, Tommy. I'll call you. We'll talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Judge, it's Cantrell again. On Whetstone, those are at-large cases, and so they have not made it to criminal trial division yet. So there's nothing for me to confer with on them at this time.
All right, and what are the new cases?
An ag
Another-
assault, ag
Go
assault
ahead.
deadly weapon.
All right, and are those family violence as well?
No, CTD.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Whetstone, can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, Mr. Whetstone, we're going to come back on your case on February 7th. Do you understand? All right, you are excused.
Thank you.
All right, Norma, and Mr. Whetstone can go back. He's 16F.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone else ready?
Mr. Leach, ma'am.
And everyone, just give me a moment, please. Mr. Pickney? Mr. Pickney?
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Yes, your video is supposed to stay on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So why are you not in court?
I am in court. I
No,
apologize.
you're supposed to physically appear in court. Why are you not physically in the courtroom?
Oh, I had my phone on. They sent me the Zoom link.
No, were you supposed to be sentenced today?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
I mean, there's no not sure because I would have told you. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Yes, you were supposed to be in court. I'm going to give you a reset and you will be in court next time. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, what date are we recalling Mr. Pickney for? If you could put that in the chat, please. All right, we're going to come back on January 31st. You need to appear in person in court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that'll be at 9 a.m. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. We're on the 4th floor. So that's January 31st at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you then.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year to you too. All right, Greg DeMaria.
Judge, how you doing? Good morning again.
Good morning.
So on Jack Suggs, we have a plea that we're going to accept. So I just found that out, so I'll let Marcus know.
Okay.
And then on Edgar Starr, they do a little bit more investigation, and I'm going to be in email contact with him. But if I can get something worked out, I will definitely let you know within the next day or two. And I don't know how long the investigation.
I'm sorry. Who is the other person?
On Jack Suggs, Marcus, we're going to do a plea, the 3 over 3.
Okay.
In Judge on Star, I need to speak to Greg again.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, Greg, if you'll go to breakout room number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Joseph Acevedo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Who do you have?
Anthony Whitley.
Is it criminal trial division or
Yes,
family
yes, Your Honor.
violence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal Trial Division.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, it's Rose.
Yes.
I just received my paperwork from Meredith. Could you please put me in a breakout room with Mr. Top so we could go over it?
I'm sorry, what is the client's name?
Mike Tops, 16C.
Okay, let me find 16C. All right, Mr. Tops, if you go to breakout room number 10, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you done?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Anyone else ready?
Hello, Judge Frankie Sandoval. I just received word from Mr. Sparks that his final set of paperwork should be on the super information highway, but it may be on in the slow lane, making its way through the network, as it were.
Okay.
Yeah, as they said in Godfather 2, a lot of buffering going on. A lot of buffering.
I love it's the new year and people have movie references.
Star, can you go to breakout room 8 with your attorney?
I'm not sure how to do it.
All right, do you see where it says breakout rooms on your screen? Where it says participants chat and breakout room?
No, ma'am.
All right. What does it say at the bottom of your screen?
Just mute and more.
All right, click on more.
It's not letting me.
Okay, we'll get a deputy to help you.
All
Ms.
right.
Ferguson, can you get a deputy to help Mr. Starr go to a breakout room, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge, I sent you a chat.
All right, thank you. Ms. Ferguson, can you get a deputy to help Mr. Starr go to a breakout room, please?
Yes, ma'am. I already called them. They said they were gonna go help him, Judge. They're just really busy right now. But they said they will get to him.
Judge, would it be possible to get in a breakout room with Edgar Starr one last time?
Oh, no, they're trying to, Edgar Starr.
Yes, ma'am.
Edgar Starr, can you raise your hand, please? All right, they're trying to, he doesn't know how to go to a breakout room.
Oh,
Judge, unless
No
you
problem.
move him to another breakout room, maybe he'll get another.
No,
invite.
I've done that. And he's saying he doesn't see anything. Okay, and these can go too. Just 1 second.
Greg, you should be able to go to 6 now.
Okay, perfect. Is that to talk to you?
No, Star's in there waiting.
Oh, they fixed it. So I just talked to him. I just sent you a chat.
Oh, okay.
And we're good to go on both those cases. So I sent my email address.
Okay, got it. Did you let Norma know?
That's what my next step was.
Oh.
Thank you, Marcus.
All right, everyone, the court is going to take its break at 12:30. All right, is anyone ready? All right, everyone, I'm just reminding you, we are taking our break promptly at 12:30. It is now 12:12 p.m.
Judge, this is Attorney Joseph Acevedo.
Yes,
I've conferred on Anthony Whitley.
yes.
May we remain on the docket. He's under the Zoom J-LEE.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I have a 30-day reset for Mr. Whitley, please. All right, we're going to come back on February 7th.
Thank you. May we be excused?
Yes,
February 7th.
yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And that will be by Zoom.
Thank you.
Judge, it's Rose. I have a question.
Yes,
We did paperwork on Mr. Tops. Initially, he was going to apply for probation during the time we were going over the paperwork. He decided to take Ms. McIntyre's to-do offer. I did go through all the paperwork with him, so it reads as if he's applying. I don't know if the court would prefer I redo the paperwork or not.
no, I can take care of that on my end.
Okay, then all the paperwork has been sent to your clerk, Your Honor, as it was originally sent to me.
Okay, and then the clerk should be, to the clerk, she should have paperwork coming on Mr. Tops.
I saw the clerk in the breakout room to swear him in already, Judge, so it should be any minute.
All right, thank you. Mr. Sandoval? Where's Mr. Dela Cruz? Joe Dela Cruz?
Hey, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Dela Cruz, your attorney that's been appointed by the system to represent you is
Yes, ma'am.
Sandoval.
Sandoval?
Yes,
Oh, is there any
I
chance that
think
I
he
can?
may be, just one second, I think he may be in a breakout room
Okay.
with
If
someone else.
I wait patiently, is there any way I can speak to him before I be dismissed?
Just give us a moment.
Okay.
Yes, I'll take it. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. And your case is going to be recalled for February 10th, Mr. Dela Cruz.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the last case I'm going to take up before the break is going to be Mr. Tops, and then we're going to break and we're going to come back at 2. So if you're not a part of this hearing, I'm going to need you to please mute yourself. Who's the prosecutor on Mr. Tops?
Should be Ms. McIntyre, Your Honor.
Okay. And with regards to the offer, what is the to-do offer?
3 to do, Your Honor.
That's correct, Judge.
So is there going to be a problem with the court changing the paperwork to 3 to do?
No, Your Honor, if it saves everybody time.
All right, court is calling 2021 CR 10287, State of Texas versus Mike Eugene Tops. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Rose de Belsosa for Mr. Tops.
And are you Mr. Tops? I'm sorry, Mr. Wiggins? Mr. Wiggins?
I'm also representing, but my case is going to be TIC, but I'm here for the record.
All right, if you'll state your name for the record, Mr. DeWiggins.
James DeWiggins for Mr. Tops.
All right, and are you Mr. Tops?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. DeWiggins, we're back from the holiday, so everybody's getting back into the groove. All right, We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Tops, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video conference. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case? And did you review that discovery with your client?
It did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Tops, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, state will be waiving count 2, but proceeding on count 1.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Tops, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement? If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered the plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, just 1 second. Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Tops, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
My understanding is that previously the defendant had requested to make an application for probation or deferred adjudication, and that he changed his mind and has decided that he'd rather just serve his time. Is that correct, defense?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Mr. DeWiggins, is that correct?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Tops, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the state has changed the plea bargain paperwork to include punishment to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. The state is waiving count 2, proceeding on count 1. This will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 667926. The state will take in consideration 2021 CR 10288 and County Court Cause number 668196. Is that the plea bargain agreement, state?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Tops, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense of as charged in count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea?
State offers Stacy and all attachment.
Any
We've gone
objection?
over those items, Your Honor. We have no objection.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation, Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yeah, whenever I came down this morning, my bag, I thought they were coming for me, so I didn't know it was court.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, my client has taken responsibility for this offense. He is asking the court to follow the plea bargain at this point.
All right, then the court will follow your plea bargaining agreement, sentence you to 3 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 667-926. The court will take in consideration 2021 CR 10288 and County Court Cause number 668196. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Tops, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If there's a question in your mind of what weapons or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney for a definition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Tops, how old are you?
32.
All right, so it's time to change your ways, right? Stop
Yes,
smoking
ma'am.
marijuana, because otherwise you're going to wake up and find that half of your life is gone and that half of your life is spent in and out of prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're getting close to the point where more of your life is behind you than in front of you. I can say that because more of my life is behind me than in front of me. I only have so many years left on the planet. So take care of yourself, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, you all are excused. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.
Judge,
Thank you.
just a point of clarification. When we thought there was going to PSI, the state and I agreed to a bond set for him. And so I sent that I filed it and sent it to Norma, but it's irrelevant now. But in case it comes to you, I just wanted you to know that that was why. So.
Oh, thank you. And say hi to Trigger for me.
I will.
And Dale Evans.
I will.
All right,
Thanks, Judge.
bye-bye. All right, everyone, the court is going to take its lunch break at this time. We're going to come back at 2. Mr. Frankie Sandoval, you were appointed to represent Mr. Joe Dela Cruz.
Okay,
I don't know if you're available to talk to him, or we can come back at 2.
no, I'm able to speak to him, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2 then.
Thank you, Judge. And then be back at 2 on Mr. Sparks.
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. And I'm just trying to find you on my screen. What breakout room are you showing it as being in, Frankie?
Let's see. I'm not showing one, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll see you to number 2.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
All right, everyone, have a great lunch. We're going to come back at 2 p.m. to give the court reporter a break and everyone a break. So I'll see everyone back at 2. To all the inmates, just stay on the screen because we need to make sure that we get you back in time. And I want to make sure that you have your lunch because